Greetings, this is a reading of the book The Airship Golden Hind. Some of the language in this book has not aged well and is indeed no longer politically correct. Take caution when listening to this visual audio book. Footage and photography are provided by Photations. At Photations, we believe that the world would be a better place if people spent their time being creative, join us, and practicing art so we all can be the master of art. Fine art prints available at our store www.photationsstore.com. Keep our artwork alive by making a donation at photationsdonations.com. The Airship Golden Hind by Percy F. Westerman. Chapter 10 Wireless Reports. Kenyon exclaimed, the baronet. We'll cut Panama was Foster Dyke's astounding decision. We'll carry straight away on. She's doing splendidly, shortage of brodium notwithstanding. We've plenty of fuel, though it's a dash for Madeira. How about reporting at the Panama Control? Asked Kenneth. I'll risk omitting that, replied Sir Reginald. Being mixed up in a party revolution is quite sufficient excuse for non-compliance with regulations. Isn't as if we were bound to report ourselves, as in the case of Auckland. Bramston, you might ask the wireless operator to report us to Panama and inquire if there's any news of our rivals. Last night's affair has given von Sinzig a very useful lead, I'm afraid. Peter hastened to give the necessary orders. Presently he returned. No news of the Hun, sir. He reported the Yankee airship made a pat landing at Port Denison, Queensland, and was totally destroyed by fire. Hard lines, remarked Foster Dyke feelingly. Commodore Nye is a good sport. I hope he wasn't injured. Far from it, replied Bramston. In fact, he's reported to have cabled to Melbourne, asking the Victorian government if they can sell him a vicar's binding so that he can continue the contest. Good luck to him, then, exclaimed the baronet. And the chap. Looks like a winner, sir, replied Peter. The quadruplane is reported passing over Calcutta. Next to beating Fritz myself, the Jap is the fellow I hope will do it, remarked Foster Dyke. By Jove, I'd like to know where von Sinzig is and what he's doing. The Golden Hind, now virtually a heavier than air machine, was doing her level best to make up for the unlucky contratemps that had delayed her for 8 precious hours. Unaccountably, the reduction of the volume of brodium in her ballast, although the rigid aluminium envelope had not appreciably contracted, had resulted in a marked increase of speed, judging by the time she took to cover the distance between Panama and Nevis in the Lesser Antilles, a distance of 1,250 miles. Her speed over the water was not far short of 190 miles an hour. If those 2 props had not been crippled, lamented Kenyon, we'd be doing a good 200. I'm content, rejoined Foster Dyke, provided we can keep it up. If we don't lap 64 in another 12 hours, you can jolly well put me, Kenyon. A few minutes later, the wireless operator appeared and handed Foster Dyke a long written message. The baronet's face was a study of varying emotions as he read the news. Kenyon, watching him, wondered what had happened. Not that he was surprised after the experiences of the last week or so. It would take something very much out of the common to take Kenneth Kenyon aback. Evidently our friend von Sinzig has bedded in where he did ought, remarked Foster Dyke, handing his companion the slip of paper. It was a general marketing communication to the press agency and read as follows. Hobart, Tasmania. Thursday, the schooner Myrtle, Abraham Prow, master, arrived here this morning in a damaged condition. Her master reports that in lat 4315s, the schooner was hit by a falling object, which Captain Proud subsequently brought into port. Examination showed that the object in question was an airship observation box or basket, and it fortunately intact, and with the safety unlocking the detonator pin was an incendiary bomb stand with the broad arrow. Experts here agree that the bomb is certainly not a British government's missile, and by certain markings on the observation basket it is safe to assume that it belonged to a German airship. The basket and the bomb are being forwarded to the Commonwealth Air Board headquarters at Sydney. Then came another report from until Western Australia, Thursday. Investigation amongst the ruins of the aerodrome destroyed by fire yesterday morning have resulted in the finding of the remains of an aerial torpedo bearing the British government mark. This discovery completely upsets the original theory as to the cause of the outbreak. Various rumors are afloat, but pending an official declaration on the subject, the press is requested to confine reports to the actual known facts. A further communication will be made as soon as definite information is forthcoming. Yes, Von Senzig is getting desperate, remarked Kenyon. It's a dead, sir, that he thought we were berthed in the Fremantle Aerodrome that night. But how in the name of goodness did he get so far south? It was reported he went direct from Java to New Zealand, passing north of Australia. He reported, you mean, corrected Fosterdike, trying to throw dust in one's eyes is an old trick of Fritz's. Personally, I don't believe he took the northern route, and that he picked up our wireless announcing our intention of making Fremantle, and then tried to do us in. He's done for himself any old way, declared Kenyon. I wonder if a Hind can ever be a sportsman. I wonder, echoed the baronet. I've come across a good many Hinds during the last 5 years, but I'm hanged if I ever met one who knew how to play the game. Half an hour later, the Golden Hind intercepted a wireless message to the effect that the British, American, and French governments had issued joint instructions for the German Airship 64 to be detained at the next landing place. That looks like business, commented Kenyon. Von Senzig's out of the running. Unless he contrives to land in Spanish territory, added the baronet. There are the Canary Islands, for instance. He could and probably will claim immunity as a political offender. I don't think he can be extradited. You see, it has to be proved to the hilt that he actually, and by deliberate intent, dropped a bomb on the aerodrome. No, I fancy we haven't lost our Hunt rival yet. He stands a chance of romping home, so it's up to us to beat the 64. I'd like to know what the blighter's doing now, said Kenneth tentatively. Perhaps he's within 50 miles of us. Provided he's 15 miles behind us, I won't worry my head about him, declared Sir Reginald. I'm not particularly keen on coming in touch with him on a dark night. He might try his hand at another dirty trick.